טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So that you shouldn't think you're the only people in the building, there's about 140 Jewish teenagers roaming around here. They're going to join us for lunch. If you were here last night, they led the services. It was a really wonderful and inspiring evening. And it's so incredible to have them here. But we might hear them a little bit during the service, and that's okay too.
I'm amazed we don't.
It's kind of amazing we don't. They're upstairs studying right now. They're there, and they're upstairs in different classrooms. They're having a Beit Midrash, so they're doing their own Torah study this morning. They just finished services before us. Let's continue. Matovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael, page 290. Matovu.
Matovu, Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani barov chastecha, avo veitecha, eshtacha v'echa kodshecha, Vayiratecha, Adonai ahavti, me'on beitecha, u'mekom mishkan kevodecha, mishkan kvodecha. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael. Vani eshtachave ve'echra Evrecha lifnei Adonai Osi Vani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov chasdecha Elohim berov chasdecha Anini be'emet Ishecha. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkanotecha Yisrael. Mishkanotecha Yisrael.
Page 291.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher yatzar et hadam bechokma, uvaravu nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, galui beyadua, lifnei chisei chavodecha, she'im yipateach echad mehem, o yisateim echad mehem, yefshar lehitkayem ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה אדוני רופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות. אלוהי אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אתה בראת, אתה יצרת, אתה נפחת בי, ואתה משמרה בקרבי. אלוהי אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. כל זמן שהנשמה בקרבי מודה אני לפניך. אלוהי אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותי ואימותי ריבון כל המעשים אדון כל הנשמות. אלוהי אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. ברוך אתה אדוני אשר בידו נפש כל חי ורוח כל בשרי. אלוהי אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא.
Please rise, Nisim B'chol Yom, page 293.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, remove sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the image of God.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me free.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a Jew.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds Israel with strength.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with splendor.
Amen.
Please be seated. The blessing for the study of Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
V'ha'arev Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Torahcha b'finu v'fiyamcha beit Yisrael, v'nihiyeh anachnu v'tzetzeinu v'tzetzeimcha beit Yisrael, kulanu yodei shemecha v'lomdei Toratecha lishma. Baruch atah Adonai, hamalamed Torah le'amo Yisrael.
Page 298.
אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור, שדמכו פרטיהם בעולם הזה, וקרן קיימת לו לעולם הבא, ואלו הן
כיבוד אב ואם
וגמילות חסדים, בהשכמת בית המדרש אחרית וערבית, בהכנסת אורחים וביקור חולים, בהכנסת כלה ולוויית המת, בעיון תפילה והבאת שלום בין אדם לחברו, בתלמוד תורה כנגד כולם.
I'm going to interrupt us for a moment on purpose. Interrupt on purpose, I guess. During our Torah service and the drash this afternoon, or this morning, hopefully it doesn't go to the afternoon, we're going to be looking at Parshat Yitro, which has within it the Ten Commandments and the story of Revelation. And the thing that I want us to look at is, it's a deep thinking kind of thing, might require some time for reflection. So I want to give you the text now. Not the text of the Torah, that we'll get to and we'll read, but a reference text that I'm going to hopefully use. And I'm doing this on purpose because I want you to get lost in our service. I'm looking around the room. You're all regulars for the most part. You come all the time. Whether we tell you the pages or not, you know where we are. You can sing the prayers in the background just as good as anyone, just as well as anyone. So if you find yourself wandering from your Siddur, I want to give you something to read. And what I want to give you is Heschel. Some quotes from Heschel about wonder and amazement and revelation. And I'm hoping that they will spark within you your own wonder, amazement, and deep thoughts, so that when we discuss them, perhaps you'll have an opportunity to reference them. So I'll just pass these around. We'll rise in a moment for Kaddish de Rabbanan, but maybe you can sort of work these through the room as we do. So we rise now, Kaddish de Rabbanan, page 299. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'yimaru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudisha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, de'min rom be'alma v'imaru, amen. All Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Talmidechon, v'al kol Talmidei Talmidechon, v'al kol manda askin b'oraita, diba atra hadin, v'diba chol atar v'atar, yehei lechon lechon shlom araba, china v'chisa v'rachamin, v'chayin arichen umzonei v'bichei u'for kana, Min kadam avachonu dishmaya v'arav v'imru amen. Yehei shlamar min shemaya v'chaim tovim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimaru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav hu barachamav ya'asei shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'yimaru amen. Remain standing. 301 Pesukei Dezimra.
Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam Baruch Hu Baruch Osev Reshit Baruch Omer Ve'oseh Baruch Ozer Kayim Baruch Merchem al ha'aretz Baruch Merchem al habriot
Baruch Mishalem Sachar Tov L'Re'av
Baruch Chalead v'kayam l'netzach
Baruch Odel Matzil Baruch Shemo
Bishvachot v'zimrot nekadelcha Neshabechacha nefaracha v'nazkir shimcha v'mamlichecha Malkeinu Eloheinu Yachid Olamim Melech Meshubach Mefarad Ad Shemo HaGadol Baruch Atah Adonai Melech Mehulal Batishbachot.
Please be seated. We continue the verses of Ashrei, or you can read along on the page and let Ashrei be the background music.
Ashrei Oshrei Beitecha Od Yalalucha Salah
Ashrei Am Shechachalo, Ashrei Am Shadonai Eloham.
Tehillah LeDavid Aramimcha Elohai HaMelech Bavarcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed
B'chol yom avarchecha, v'ola shimcha leolam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai Hulal Meod V'ligdul mitzvoto ein cheker.
Dor the door Shabbat Maasecha, Uvratecha Yagidu.
Hadar kavod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha sicha.
Ve'azuzratecha Yomeru, Udlatecha Saprena.
Zecher of tuvcha yabihu, v'tzidkatcha yaranenu.
Anun Brachum Adonai, Erchal Parmud Lachaseh.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol masav.
Yoduchanai Kol Maasecha, V'chasidecha Yevarchucha.
Kavod malchutcha yomeru, ugvaratcha yadaberu.
Lehodir Libnei Hadam V'rotav, V'od Hadar Malchuto.
Malchutcha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor.
So Mechanai L'Kol Hanoflim, V'zokef L'Kol HaKefufim.
Einei cholech yesaberu, v'atanoten lehem et ochlam beito.
Poteach et Yadecha, U'masbi L'Chol HaRatzon.
Tzadik Adonai b'chol derecha, v'chasid b'chol masav.
Karov Adonai L'Kol Korav, L'Chol Asher Yikreu V'emet.
Ratzon Yereav Yaseh, v'et Shabbatam Yishma v'Hoshiem.
Shomer Adonai et Kol Havav, et Kol HaRashaim Yashmi.
Tilat Adonai deber pi, ve'yavarach kol basar, Shem kodsho le'olam va'ed. Va'anachnu nevarech ya,
Me'ata v'ad olam. Hallelujah. Page 306, Hallelujah.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. El Bekodsho. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Berki
Ya'uzo. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
big
Vigorotav. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Karov, good Lord,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Bateka
Shofar. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Benevel Bechinor, hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
Batov
Umachol.
hallelujah, hallelujah, B'minim ve'ugav, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah, hallelujah, B'tzil tzalei shama,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah, B'tzil tzalei trua, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
Kol hanshema tehallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanshema tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Page 311, Yishtabach.
Yishtabach shimcha le'ad malkeinu ha'el ha'melech ha'gadol v'kadosh b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Baruch atah Adonai el melech gadol b'tishbachot el ha'od ha'od Adonai niflahot ha'bocher b'shirei zimra melech elchei ha'olamim.
We rise, page 312, Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba
Amen.
El madi brachute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon v'yom echon u'chayedechol beit Yisrael Bagala bagala u'v'zman kariv v'himeru Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'alam olam me'almaya yitbarach v'ishtabach v'itpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Dekudesha Barichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Tamiram be'alma Pe'imeru Amen.
We remain standing. The call to worship, the Baruch Hu, page 313.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. Together in the Hebrew, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Yotzer Or Uvorei Choshech Osei Shalom Uvorei Et HaKol Hameir La'aretz V'Ladarim Alecha Barachamim Uv Tuvo Mechadesh B'chol Yom Tamid Maaseh V'Reishit Ma Rabu Maasecha Adonai Kulam B'Chochma Asita Mala Haaretz Kinyanecha Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu Al Shevach Maaseh Yadecha V'al Me'orei Or She'asita Yifa'arucha Selah.
Or Chadash Al Tzion Tahir V'nizkech Kulanu Mehera Leorot. Or Chadash Al Tzion Tahir V'nizkech Kulanu Mehera Leorot. Baruch Atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot.
Amen. Before we continue, if you'll turn to those that have the handout, to number 7 on the back. Heschel gives us something to reflect upon as we contemplate the words, hopefully, that we just said of Yotzer Or and those we said last night of Ma'ariv Aravim. Every evening we recite, He creates light and makes the dark. Twice a day we say, He is one, Adonai is one. What is the meaning of such repetition? A scientific theory, once it is announced and accepted, does not have to be repeated twice a day. The insights of wonder must constantly be kept alive. Since there is a need for daily wonder, there is a need for daily worship. We continue. Where do we continue? Page 316, Ahava Rabbah.
Ahava Rabbah Avtanu Adonai Eloheinu Chem Lagid Olam Yitera Amalta Aleinu Ba'avur Avotenu Ve'imotenu Shebatchu Vecha Shebatchu Vecha Atlamdeim Chukei Chaim Kein Techonenu Utlamdeinu Kein Techonenu Utlamdeinu Rachem Rachem Aleinu Rachem Aleinu V'tein b'libeinu lehavin Lehavin u'ashkil lishmoa Le'olmod u'lamed Lishmor v'lasot Ol kayem et kol divrei Talmud Toratecha ve'ahava V'ha'erinenu b'toratecha V'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha V'yachel levavenu Le'ahava yira et shemecha V'lo
nevosh, v'lo yikalem, v'lo yikasher, le'olam va'ed. Ki v'shem b'kodshecha, hagadol v'hanerav atachnu, nagila v'nismecha, nagila v'nismecha b'yeshuatecha.
V'havinu l'shalom me'arba kanfot ha'aretz v'tolichenu k'mimiut li'artzenu ki'al pol yeshuot ata uvana v'charta v'kiraftanu l'shimcha gadol sela be'emet להודות לך ולייחדך באהבה. ברוך אתה אדוני, הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Page 320, Vayomer.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת.
If you turn to the front page, number 2. As civilization advances, the sense of wonder declines. Such decline is an alarming symptom of our state of mind. Humankind will not perish for want of information, but only for want of appreciation. The beginning of our happiness lies in the understanding that life without wonder is not worth living. What we lack is not a will to believe, but a will to wonder. Heschel, writing before the internet, humankind will not perish for want of information, but only for want of appreciation. As we enter into Micha Mocha, a song of redemption that echoes that of the story of our Parsha this morning, it is in some ways the bookend of the revelation of Torah, the Israelites coming through the desert and coming through the parted seas of the Sea of Reeds from slavery to freedom, and then arriving later on freedom's shore and at the base of Mount Sinai to encounter God in awe and in wonder. And then we know, of course, for those that studied the Midrash, the story of Reuben and Shmuel, who, while marching through the mud and the muck of the parted walls of the Sea of Reeds, complained and kvetched that it was like walking through the bricks they were making in Egypt, that this was no such great shakes. It was better when they were back in Egypt, where they had a roof over their head and food to eat. And sure, they were slaves to Pharaoh, but at least, they knew where their bread was coming from. here as they schlep through the mud, they're completely unaware of the miracle that's all around them. How often do we schlep through our own mud, unaware of the miracles that are around us? Heschel reminding us that we are filled with information, but sometimes hungry and starved for wonder, for the awe. We sing of awe and wonder. Micha Mocha, page 322.
Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati hilot o seifele, norati hilot o seifele. Yabba bye bye bim ba bye, yabba bye bye bim ba, yabba bye bye bim ba bye, yabba bye bye bim ba, yabba bye bye bim bye bye, yabba bye bye bim ba, yabba bye bye bim bye bye, yabba bye bye bim ba. Shira chadasha shibchu gehulim, shira chadasha shibchu gehulim, leshimcha leshimcha al sfat hayam. Leshimcha, leshimcha, al sfat hayam. Yabba bye bye bim ba ba bye, yabba bye bye bim ba, yabba bye bye bim ba ba bye, yabba bye bye bim ba, yabba bye bye bim bye bye, yabba bye bye bim ba, yabba bye bye bim bye bye, yabba bye bye bim ba. Yachad kulam, kulam hodu, hodu, hodu v'him lichu ve'amru. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed.
We rise.
Tzur Yisrael, kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, ufdechnu mecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Page 323, Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Hilatecha. Eternal God, help us find the words that we might speak with you in prayer. We take a moment for our own meditation and contemplation before we join together on 324 in the Amidah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bekonei Hakol, Bezocher Chaste Avod B'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayim Etim Ata, Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayim Etim Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Perofei Cholim, O Matir Asurim, O Mekayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Baal Gevurot, O Mido Melach, Melech Memid, O Mechayeh, O Matzmiach Yeshua, V'bnei Emana Talachayot Meitim, Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hametim. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך הארץ כבודו Hadir Hadirenu Adonai Adonenu Madir Shimcha Bechol Haaretz Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo Echadu Eloheinu Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu Hu Moshienu V'Hu Yashmienu Berachamav leinei kol chai Ani Adonai Elohechem Yimloch Adonai leolam Elohai yichtion Ledor vador Hallelujah Ledor vador
Dor vador.
Ledor vador
Dor vador.
Ledor vador nagid God lecha Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador nagid God lecha Ulenetzach netzachim kedushatecha nagdish kedushatecha nagdish V'shivchacha Eloheinu Mipinu lo yamush leolam leolam va'ed Ledor vador Ledor vador Ledor vador nagid God lecha Ledor vador
Dor vador.
Ledor vador
Dor vador.
Ledor vador nagid God lecha Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen. To all generations, we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Blessed are you, Adonai, the Holy God.
Amen.
Please be seated. We continue, page 329, middle of the page.
Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Ritzei menuchateinu Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha V'tein chelkeinu b'toratecha Saveinu mituvecha V'samcheinu b'shuatecha V'taher libenu V'taher libenu V'taher libenu le'avdecha be'emet V'taher libenu V'taher libenu V'taher libenu le'avdecha be'emet V'anchileinu Adonai Eloheinu Be'ahava v'ratzon Shabbat kodshecha Ve'anuchu v'Yisrael Mekadshe shmecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat
330.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam Be'ahava Tekabel U'tehila Ratzon Tamid Avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha Baruch atah Adonai She'otcha
page 331. Modim anachnu lach she'tahu Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu leolam va'ed. Sur cheinu magen yeshuenu atahu lador vador. Nodeh lecha u'nasaper l'tilatecha al chayenu mesurim b'yadcha v'al nismotenu b'fchutot lecha al nis... And then we'll sing that part.
Ve'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu ve'al niflotecha v'tovotecha me'olam kivinu lach me'olam kivinu lach ve'al nisecha shebachol eit Erev v'voker v'tzarayim me'olam kivinu lach me'olam kivinu lach hatov kilu chalu rachamecha ve'hamrachem kilu tamu chasadecha me'olam kivinu lach me'olam kivinu lach.
Number 11 on the sheet. The meaning of awe, and we're at the prayer at this moment where we thank God for the blessings in our life. The meaning of awe is to realize that life takes place under wide horizons. Horizons that range beyond the span of an individual life or even the life of a nation, a generation, or an era. Awe enables us to perceive in the world imitations of the divine. Intimations of the divine. Imitations might work too. To sense in small things the beginning of infinite significance. To sense the ultimate in the common and the simple. To feel in the rush of the passing of the stillness of the eternal. We sing a piece, page 334.
Sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yisrael amecha barcheinu yotzreinu kulanu kechad be'or panecha ki bor panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, amecha, Torah chaim ve'ahavat chesed, Tzedaka v'racha v'rachamim v'chaim v'shalom sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha v'tov beinecha levarech Et amcha Yisrael b'chol etu v'chol shah b'shlomecha sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha Baruch atah Adonai Hamavarech et amo Yisrael Bashalom. Amen, 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 amen. Amen, 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 amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen.
Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to call up to the Bima to help us open the doors of the Ark, Jess Pollard and Anna Bruder. I'd also like to call up Evelyn Lazar to carry the Torah around the sanctuary. Please rise.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kemaasecha. Malchutcha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch, leolam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim, heitiv avirtzoncha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Kivecha levad vatachnu, Melech Aram v'Nisa, Adon olamim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udavar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael b'kdushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadlu l'Adonai iti uneromim ha shemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagevora v'hagevora v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlecha ve'hamit naseh Lecho lerosh romemu romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret lo yomedu od milchama lo yisagoy el goy cheret velo yomedu od milchama.
Shabbat Shalom. Please be seated.
Yes.
So by way of brief introduction to this week's Torah portion, as the story continues, it is a very important and powerful parsha, Parshat Yitro. It is the parsha where we, the Israelites, receive the Ten Commandments. And before we get to that point, though, we are introduced to Moses' father-in-law, Yitro, for which the parsha is named after. And Yitro becomes very, very inspired by the great miracles that God has performed, and comes with his daughter Tzipporah, who becomes Moses' wife, and who is Moses' wife, and her two sons Gershom and Eliezer. Yitro plays the role of, as is often said, the world's first documented management consultant, in that Moses is becoming overwhelmed with the needs of the Israelites, and as the Torah says, his role was really to dispense wisdom from the teachings, and it just became too much, and a lesson for all of us, especially in this day and age. And so Yitro advises Moses to delegate, to find judges and magistrates to assist him in the task of governing and administering of the people, which he does, which makes Moses' task bearable and doable, which is very important when you consider what happens after this parsha and his increasing responsibilities. The children of Israel end up camping in front of Mount Sinai, and they hear the covenant. And when they hear the covenant, the Israelites respond, "All that God has spoken, we will do." It's a very famous line. Chapter 19, verses 1 through 8 cover that. And then on the sixth day of Shivan, the Israelites assemble at the foot of Mount Sinai, and God descends upon them on the mountain amidst thunder and lightning and billows of smoke, and you just have to imagine probably one of the most dramatic moments of time, blasts of shofar, of awe and majesty and amazement, and even some fear. And Moses is summoned to ascend the mountain. God then proclaims the Ten Commandments, which cover a belief in God, worship of idols, not taking God's name in vain, keeping the Shabbat, honoring the parents, not to murder, not to commit adultery, not to steal, not to bear false witness, and finally not to covet another's property. The force of this moment is too much for the Israelites. And eventually they cry out to Moses that this is too intense for them. And they ask Moses to please listen to God's word, to bear the force of this for them, and to receive Torah and then convey it to them, which perhaps is why Moses becomes Moshe Rabbeinu, or Moses our teacher. And Moses concludes with them by telling them, do not be afraid. Okay. Yamod likriat haTorah Avraham ben Aharon v'Rivka, and we call for the chanting of Torah, Len Glass. Yamod livracha Katriel ben Avraham Zelda, we call for the first Aliyah, Carl Wenner. And today's Torah portion can be found on page 522 in the Plauta Chumash, the bigger of the two blue books. Page 522.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach L'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. B'chodesh hashlishi, l'tzeit b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim, b'yom hazeh ba'u midbar Sinai, v'yis'u merfadim, v'yava'u midbar Sinai, v'yachanu ba'midbar, v'yichan sham Yisrael neged hahar, u'Moshe Allah el Elohim, vayikra elav Adonai min hahar lemor, ko tomar leveit Yaakov, vataged livnei Yisrael.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Tamod livracha Leah bat Mayer v'Chaya, and we call for the second Aliyah, Martha Brickman. We continue in verse 4.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Hamvarach L'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach L'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Atem re'item asher asite leMitzrayim ve'aseh itchem al kanfei nisharim ve'avo itchem elai ve'ata im shamoa tishmeu bekoli ushmartem et briti vitem li sigula mikol hamim ki li kol haaretz Ve'atem tihu li mamlechet kohanim v'goy kadosh ela hadvarim asher diber el b'nei Yisrael.
Baruch
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Yashakah. We take a moment at this time to offer Misha Berach, a prayer for healing for those in our community who are sick and in need of healing. I'm pleased to report that I was able to call everybody on the Misha Berach list this past Shabbos, and many who had been on the list for a while are doing much better, and asked that we remove them from the list because they feel like the prayer worked. So glad for that. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rechava Chavalaya. We have Barech v'Repet Cholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, so too send a blessing of healing to Hamish Cameron, Violetta Ashkenazi, Abe Posen, Karen Harris, Marion Baird, Michael Cavell, and Yana Timko. If there are others in need of this blessing, please share their names now. May God grant them a refuah shlema, a complete recovery, refuat nefesh, a renewal of their soul, refuat guf, a renewal of their body, and may we do our part to bring about healing in their lives and healing in our world, and we say together, Amen.
We continue verse 7. Yandu livracha Yachil Aryeh ben Mordechai v'Pesi v'Chaya bat Avri v'Rachel. And in honor of dedicating to our congregational Torah, we call up Jeff Lowenstein and Kathy Lowenstein. The dedication is in honor of their grandparents, Polly and Rudy Lowenstein, and Alan and Retta Glazerman.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayavo Moshe, vayikra liziknei ha'am, vayashem lifnehem, et kol hadvarim ha'ele asher tzivahu Adonai. Vayanu kol ha'am, yachdav vayomru, kol asher diber Adonai na'aseh, vayashev Moshe, et divrei ha'am el Adonai. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, hine anochi, bo elecha, be'av ha'anan ba'avur, Yishma'am b'divrei amcha, v'gam b'cha ya'amenu le'olam, v'yigad Moshe et divrei ha'am el Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yesher koach. Misha Beirach Avotenu v'Imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless all of those who've been called up to honor God and to honor Torah. May they be protected and guarded from all trouble and distress, and may they be blessed with good health. May God bless them with success in their work and in all their good action. May they truly feel the words of Torah, being called again to commandments, being called again to Torah. May they feel the embrace of this congregation. Vishlach lehem Yishlach bracha v'atzlacha b'chol maseh yadehem im kol Yisrael v'nomar Amen. Yesher koach. Go down.
Yamod Hagba Abraham ben Tzvi Befreda Tamod Gilila Gaila Michal Bat Amram Asara. And we call for the lifting of Torah, Nick Henry, the rolling of Torah, Jean Angus. Please rise in honor of Torah.
Yeah. For those that are wondering, I spoke with Sarah yesterday afternoon. She's mending, and actually we thought she'd be here this morning, but she is on the mend. So she had a fall. Okay, Nick, you ready for this? Wait, Jean, we're gonna open it first. Okay, heavy on the left. Slide it down. Push. Turn.
So Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe.
Vozi v'zimrat yad v'yili Yeshua. Vozi v'zimrat yad v'yili
Ozi v'zimrat yah v'yili leYeshua. Ozi v'zimrat yah v'yili leYeshua. Ozi v'zimrat yah v'yili leYeshua. Ozi v'zimrat yah v'yili
Just a very few words on the Haftorah and its connection to the Torah portion today. If you look closely into it, it has almost equal, or at least reflective power and awe in the Haftorah, which centers around the revelation of Isaiah's first vision, as Isaiah the great prophet. And in this Haftorah, he's inaugurated as a prophet for Israel, if you consider the parallel that we are inaugurated through the Ten Commandments as the people of Israel, people of God. And the vision of this is quite powerful. God is being seated on this throne up high. He's surrounded by his attendants, or these mythical figures, 6-winged creatures called seraphs. And really, to bring your attention to it, this moment in this Haftorah is where we come to the line that we all read this morning. We read every Shabbat and every service in the Kedusha. The holy, 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 the Lord of hosts, his presence fills all the earth. Kadosh, 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 when we rise up. It's the very core, central line of our liturgy, many feel. So this Haftorah, you can feel the gravitas of it, just as you could feel the gravitas of receiving the Ten Commandments. What an important moment this is in the world of prophets and our liturgy, as was the receiving of the Torah. Our Haftorah today, Isaiah, the prophet I just spoke of, chapter 6, verse 1 through 7, to begin with, can be found on page 710. Page 710 in the same book, in the Plaut Chumash. Tamod likriat v'livracha haftorah siman Naomi bat Yosef Tzvi Halevi v'Shoshana. And we call for the Haftorah, Sima Godfrey.
You're reading from the big one, right? Yeah, okay. Are we doing the whole Haftorah? Or did you just have the... Okay. Because it's the two halves, okay. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Baruch
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנביאים טובים ורצה בדבריהם הנאמרים באמת. ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו בנביאי האמת והצדק. בשנת מות המלך עוזיהו ואראה את אדוני יושב על כיסא רם ונישא ושוליו מלאים את ההיכל. שרפים עומדים ממעלו 6 כנפיים לאחד, ב2 יכסה פניו, ב2 יכסה רגליו וב2 יעופף. קרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. וינועו אמות הסיפים מכל הקורא והבית ימלא עשן. ואומר אוי לי כי נדמתי כי איש טמא שפתיים אנוכי ובתוך עם טמא שפתיים אנוכי יושב כי את המלך אדוני צבאות ראו עיניי. ויעף אלי אחד מן השרפים ובידו רצפה במרקחיים לקח מעל המזבח ויגע את פי ואומר הנה נגע זה על שפתיך ושר אבניך וחטאתך תכופר. ואשמע את קול אדוני אומר את מי אשלח ומי ילך לנו ואומר הנני שלחני. ויאמר לך ואמרת על עם הזה שימו שמוע ואל תבינו וראו ואל תדעו. והשמן לב העם הזה ואוזניו הכבד ועיניו השע פן ירא בעיניו ובאוזניו ישמע ולבבו יבין ושב ורפא לו. ואומר עד מתי אדוני? ויאמר עד אשר ימצאו ערים מעין יושב ובתים מעין אדם והאדמה תישאה שממה. וריחק אדוני את האדם ורבה העזובה בקרב הארץ. ועוד בא עשירייה ושבה והייתה לבאר כאלה וכאלון אשר בשלכת מצבת בם זרע קודש מצבתה. יהי בימי אחז בן יותם בן עוזיהו מלך יהודה עלה רצין מלך ארם ופקח בן רמליהו מלך ישראל ירושלים למלחמה עליה ולא יכול להילחם עליה. ויוגד לבית דוד לאמור נחה ארם על אפרים וינה לבבו ולבב עמו כנוע עצי יער מפני רוח. ויאמר אדוני אל ישעיהו צא נא לקראת אחז אתה ושאר ישוב בנך אל קצה תעלת הבריכה העליונה אל מסלט שדה כובס. ואמרת אליו הישמר והשקט אל תירא ולבבך אל ירח משני זנבות האודים והשנים האלה. בחרי אף רצין וארם ובן רמליהו. ויען כי יעץ עליך ארם רעה אפרים ובן רמליהו לאמור נעלה ביהודה נקיצנו ונביקנה אלינו ונמליך מלך בתוכה אל בן תבל. כי ילד יולד לנו בן ניתן לנו ותהי משרה על שכמו ויקרא שמו פלא יועץ אל גיבור אבי עד שר שלום. למרבה המשרה ולשלום אין קץ על כיסא דוד ועל ממלכתו להכין אותה ולסעדה במשפט ובצדקה. מעתה ועד עולם קינת אדוני צבאות תעשה זאת. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם צור כל העולמים צדיק בכל הדורות האל הנאמן האומר ועושה המדבר ומקיים שכל דבריו אמת וצדק על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושה ומנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
We now turn to page 376 back in our Sidurim, in our Sidur, the smaller of the two books. I'd like to call up for the blessings of community, country, and Israel, Carl Rothschild, to bless our community, Joseph Schneider to bless our country, and Ruth Levitt to bless Israel. I'd also like to call up at the same time our ARC closers, Gabriel Pratiko and Vyacheslav Nikolic. Please rise.
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otacha levadcha berah na'avot.
Amen.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Avinu shebashamayim, tzur Yisrael v'goalo, barech et medinat Yisrael, reshit tzmichat geulatenu, Hagein aleha bevrat chastecha ufros aleha sukat shlomecha ushlach orcha ve'amitcha lerashea sareha ve'yoatzeha V'taknem beitza tova milfanecha, v'natata shalom ba'aretz, v'simchat olam leyoshveha, v'nomar Amen.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen.
We turn back in our prayer books as we return the Torah to the Ark, page 374.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, ve'harem keren lehamo, tehila lecho chasidav, Livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Ki lekach tov natati lachem, Torati al tazovu. Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar derachem
Please be seated.
Again, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. A few announcements, if I can find them. Again, the group that's here are Jewish youth, Reformed Jewish Youth, part of NIFTY, the North American Federation of Temple Youth, from across the Pacific Northwest, including Vancouver and and Alberta as well, but also Seattle, Portland, and Idaho and Montana and Alaska too. So when you see them, you can speak all those languages. Next Friday night is our first Kavanah Shabbat. Hopefully you saw the email that came out from the synagogue. This is a new early Friday night service that we have been working on and practicing for. It's a little different. It's a lot different, actually. There'll be a 5:30, what we're calling a pre-neg, wine and cheese instead of an oneg, a pre-neg. Wine and cheese, appropriate snacks if children do come. It's not a children's service. It's a regular Shabbat service for all. And then the service will begin at 6 o'clock. It'll be over at 7. It includes instrumentation, drums, and guitar. And it's a model that we hope that you will enjoy. Next Saturday morning, we'll have a guest speaker here for our Shabbos morning service, Molly Bernstein. Molly is with IsraAid. If you're familiar, IsraAid is Israel's humanitarian outreach arm, and she was the head of mission in Lesbos, Greece, and she'll talk and present on unpacking the global refugee crisis, and that'll be at 10 a.m. Tomorrow during the service. And then we're going to have an extended Kiddush luncheon that Saturday also, so Molly's going to hang back after. We'll have a little more of a meal together and a chance to sit with her and to talk and ask questions. On Saturday night, February 9th, the Men's Club and the Sisterhood are having a wonderful concert. Crystal Dos Santos and the Lovemakers. That's at 8 o'clock here at the synagogue. There's music and hors d'oeuvres, and it might lead to dancing. It's a reference to an old Jewish joke. If you remember, 2 high holidays ago, thank you, Evelyn. 2 high holidays ago, I spoke about the need to honor and acknowledge every moment and every phase in our life, particularly the phase of aging, and to acknowledge that phase perhaps before it comes crashing down upon us like a wall of bricks. And so we created a program called Wise Aging, which was designed through the Institute for Jewish Spirituality and Rabbi Rachel Cowan of blessed memory and Linda Thal to speak about and teach about intentional aging, so that when we enter into that phase in our lives, we enter into it emotionally, mentally, psychologically prepared as best we can. We ran a cohort with Jerry Groh and Susan Croft, facilitated that with 10 members of our congregation. Evelyn, you were in that for a bit? Initially, yeah. They've now concluded their work, and part of their work was to train each other to be facilitators of the next cohort who received a Federation grant for this. And so we are ready now to launch the second cohort. It's an 8-week program. It's a really wonderful course of, I want to say it's a course of study, but it's an experiential piece as well, a reflective piece. And so if you're interested in learning more about that, Cantor Tausig is going to be our staff person to the program, and there's going to be an information session on Sunday, February 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. We're going to form 1 or 2 cohorts of about 10 or 12 individuals. This is for those in the 60s to 80s range. If you feel you fall outside of that but you're still interested, certainly talk to Cantor Tausig about it. But I hope that you will explore this as an opportunity, at least to find out more about it. My mom was in the program, and that's actually where I got the idea for it. And I know that it has really changed her life in many very positive ways. New friendships, new reflections, new ideas. There's more going on. Sisterhood Feasting for Funds. The final, I wouldn't say the Last Supper. The final meal is February 23rd. It's a Texas-style dinner. You can sign up for that. The Kitchen Club needs some extra baking for February. I think there's an event coming up that they need some extra baking for. So if you can contact the Kitchen Club, that would be terrific. And if you received in your email, you should have, the Temple Sholom survey, 2019 survey. We're asking 5 questions that we would like to know internally, and then larger questions from the URJ that are part of a larger study that our movement is doing, of which we will get comparative and benchmarking data and responses to really help shape how we do what we do as a congregation. So if you haven't filled out your survey yet, there's only a couple more weeks to do it before they close the window. Please, we resent the link, I think yesterday, or it's going on Monday. Please fill out the survey again, so that, or fill it out for the first time, so that we can get your responses. Any announcements I missed? Okay. So, in thinking about this week's Parsha, Parshat Yitro, I've spoken about it, I don't know, 20 years or so on the rabbinate almost, and I'm sure every Shabbos that I was on the Bima someplace I spoke about it, and I either told 2 things. I either spoke 2 sermons. One is the sermon of Yitro, the father-in-law that was listened to, and Moses learning to delegate authority. You've heard that sermon before. Or I talked about the 10 Commandments and how they are just 10 of 613, but there are various ways that you can structure them as being positive or negative commandments, those that are focused on relationship, those that are focused internally. What was wrong with the other holiday? Okay. Oh, it's just fun. That's a holiday. Okay. Thanks, Chris. I've probably given those sermons, but in last week I was in Banff with the Reform Rabbis of Canada, the chair of that group, and we had our biannual conference, and we pick a different province every year. So Calgary was nice, but Banff was better. So we went up to Banff for this conference, and studying there with my colleagues, we started to talk about the Parsha this weekend, and I had a different insight as we were studying the text together. And this is why it's wonderful that, first of all, that Rabbi Brown is here so that she or I can get away every now and then to do some extra study. You really do benefit from that, and I thank you and our board for enabling us to do that. So in this study, one of my colleagues pointed out, and I thought it was revelatory, that there are 2 revelations that take place within Parshat Yitro. The first revelation is one without words. It's actually the one that Jeff referenced briefly in his introduction to the Torah portion this morning about smoke and fire and thunder and horns blasting and the Israelites assembled at the base of the mountain. The second revelation, of course, is the one that takes place with words, right? The Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 Commandments. The words that speak the intention or the expectations of God. And so my colleagues, as we were talking about this, we reflected that there are moments in our life when revelation and I don't want us to get too caught up in the word, but revelation, that idea that there is a power greater than ourselves present in our lives at that time, and that we are transformed by the knowledge of that, happens without any words at all. Moments when we perceive something, experience something, see something, and nothing is said. But we know that we're changed by that event and that experience. And then there are other moments in our lives when we hear something or we read something, we are told something, we watch something in the sense of a film or a play or something like that where words are present. And it's what is said, not so much what is seen, but what is heard, that changes and transforms our life, that lets us know that we are part of a larger matrix or connection, an interwoven web of connectedness, again, connected to a power greater than ourselves. So when we were studying this together as rabbis, one of my colleagues said, as we were studying together, for each of us to reflect on a moment in our life when we felt a connection to God or felt this sense of awe and wonder, which I'm going to come to in a moment, this sense of revelation, but no words were spoken. Something that we experienced. And then asked us to think also of a time that it was the same but conveyed to us through words, things we read or heard. So I want to ask you to do that right now for a moment, to think about it really. A time that you felt connected, a time that you felt God's presence, connected to a power greater than yourself, and no words were spoken, and a time when it was words that made that connection, not what you saw or what you did. So was that a moment where the words transformed you, or was it the lack of words, the not knowing what was... Right. Beautiful. Quoting Jacob. Yeah.
So a number of years ago was an extremely difficult day in my life, and a friend of mine decided to help me through it. We ended up in Tofino,
It's kind of hard to hear sometimes.
So
A number of years ago, I was having an exceedingly difficult day in my life. I knew ahead of time what was going to happen on that day, and a friend decided to help me. So we ended up in Tofino, and he, unbeknownst to me, had hired a private float plane. We got onto this plane, and he indicated that I ought to sit in the co-pilot seat, and we took off, and it was one of those unbelievably beautiful days, and we flew over the water towards some little island that I didn't even know about. And I swear to you that if I'd put my hand out, I would have touched God. It was, even thinking about it, it was the most incredible experience I've ever had in my entire life.
Why?
Because I realized that there was something greater than science and greater than evolution and greater than data and information, and it was just, it's the same thing I feel when I drive over the number 2 road bridge and I see the mountains for the first time covered in snow, and I think, the day I don't realize that God created this, it's the day that I have to leave.
Bella, here, go.
Really, it's very difficult to say because I experienced this all my life. You just have to drive in Calgary. I used to live in Calgary. And I didn't have to be 80 or 70 or 60 to experience it, except I experienced it all my life. Just, I had to stop the car to look at the sunset, or even now in my house at 5 o'clock in the morning, I see the sun coming up, or I see the rainbow after a rain. So God is always being my life. I don't have any particular time. I just knew since I was a child that I walk with God, and that there is this presence always in my life. That presence, I feel it all the time, no matter where I am. So I think it's maybe because I'm aware of that presence, because I'm an artist, because I look beyond, because I'm paint, and I see trees, different colors in one tree that everybody says green, but it's not only green. So it's just that we have to be still and look and see and hear the universe around us.
One of the rabbis that we had with us on our Kala, his name is Rabbi Mike Cummins. He's a colleague of mine, and he's an adventure rabbi. He's an outdoor rabbi. His rabbinate, he has a program called Torah Trek. And he takes people out into the wilderness so they can have these kinds of experiences. And his observation is that Jews that sit in shul, all day long, are often, or come just twice a year to sit in synagogue and turn the pages and the whole thing. You take them out into the wilderness, and in an instant, perhaps, they have a Bella or an Evelyn type of experience that they couldn't access sitting in shul. And so then, of course, we had the question: why do we sit in shul? When did it become that Jews should pray in a building as opposed to we should be going out onto a mountaintop or into the forest or in all the beauty that surrounds us? And of course, the challenge is that we can't always access it out there. One, out there is not always available, and two, how can we? If you're out in nature all the time, right? If you live out in nature all the time, it loses some of its awe and wonder. And so we try to do with words and with the text in front of us and the stories to transport us in not only into the outside but into the inside, to have us go deeper, than just the contemplation of a beautiful vista, but what that vista means to us. The interesting juxtaposition with this week's Parsha is that, and I think you've heard me share this before, there's a debate, a machlochet in the Talmud, about whether Jews should say the Shema in synagogue or the Ten Commandments. We didn't read the Ten Commandments this morning, but had we would have stood up at the moment we read the Ten Commandments. And the rabbis debate this, and they decide, if you remember the explanation I've given before, that we should read the Shema, not the Ten Commandments, because if we read the Ten Commandments, a non-Jew might come into the back of the synagogue and think, oh, see these Jews, they say there's 613 commandments, but they only talk about 10. And so as not to, often the things that we come up with are so as not to confuse the non-Jews who will then judge us and oftentimes persecute us based on those judgments. But the other explanation I think that's not in the Talmud, but I would add my own chidush, my own insight perhaps, and I'm sure somebody else said it long before me, is that what is more powerful about the Shema than the words of the Ten Commandments is that words can obscure. Words can be limiting. You know, when we pray in English, we experience that. We experience the limitation of our words, how they are insufficient for what we want to express. But the Shema, in its redacted purity, if you would, in its 6 words, is not just a proclamation that there is one God. It's a proclamation of God in everything. It's a proclamation of the oneness of God, the singularity for those that study those things, this sense that all of this is connected. And so really the Shema is revelation, more than the Ten Commandments. The Shema is the revelation that all of this is part of God. And so coming to Heschel then, and why I brought these texts to you, and I hope that you did get distracted during our service and read a little bit. Did anybody do that? Anybody read any of the paragraphs? Okay, because I saw a lot of you just following along with the prayers, but okay. So what Heschel gives us is what we've just described. Heschel gives us this reminder that everything is a miracle. That everything that we experience is touching the face of God and out the window of your airplane. The first passage, wonder or radical amazement is the chief characteristic of the religious. He's writing a while ago. The religious person's attitude toward history and nature. One attitude is alien to the spirit, taking things for granted, regarding events as a natural course of things. To find an approximate cause of a phenomenon is no answer to his ultimate wonder. He knows that there are laws that regulate the course of natural processes. He is aware of the regularity and the patterns of things. However, such knowledge fails to mitigate his sense of perpetual surprise at the fact that there are facts at all. Looking at the world, he would say, "This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes." Heschel was once giving a talk at a Catholic seminary, a Christian seminary. I'm not sure it was Catholic. And as the story goes, he came in, and as he gave his talk, he began with, "I just saw a miracle." And in a room filled with, Christian priests or pastors, or whoever it was, that's quite a statement. More so than in a Jewish room, I think. And then Heschel explained that the sun rose this morning, and I beheld it. And the sun comes up all the time, thank God. Sometimes we can see it in Vancouver. But to behold that as a miracle is to have a moment of revelation, to not allow that to pass by us as just another event that just kind of happened. So I don't think you need me to convince you that going out into nature is a moment of spiritual potential. and spiritual wonder. And there's a whole page here where Heschel kind of does that. But now let's go to the harder part that all of you avoided, which is the words. Have you ever read or heard anything that changed your life? Not just changed your life like, oh, I'm going to do this instead of that, but that was such a sense of a power greater than yourself that it became the way that you constructed your life because of those words, because of what you saw or what you read. Yes?
I think I can carry noise.
I think you can.
Very simply, it was, he had a dream, Martin Luther King.
Uh-huh.
I was in Kingsport, New York City, raised by black men, and I thought it would never come to that. That they would be something would have been able to say. And to see what's happening now just brutalizes. It's beyond belief. And the fact that he was murdered. It was a terrible revelation in that sense. But the fact that he could say, I have a dream.
Thank you. Anybody else? Something you read or heard that changed your life?
So a few months ago, I was watching a documentary with my mother called G.I. Jew, which was a history of American Jewish soldiers during the Second World War. It's very incredible. And for me, the moment when one of the soldiers who had kind of taken it upon himself to become a spiritual leader to the other soldiers, I believe he became a rabbi actually after the war. And after they had defeated Nazi Germany and they were occupying the country, he held a service in the Nuremberg party grounds where the Nazis had done their marching and done their speeches and spewed a venomous and horrible ideology for over a decade. And to hear him say the Shema in such a place and in a way take it away from them to consecrate such an unholy place and kind of reclaim it in a sense for the sovereign of the universe, I think was such a powerful moment for me. I had like a little teary moment to myself. My mom was like, oh, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. But that was very powerful for me. And I think, in a sense, like, when we discuss horrible things that go on in the world, I think it is possible for us to reclaim them. And I think that this is a very powerful venue for us to do that.
Thanks, Gabe. Right there, Gabe.
Sorry, I've come late to service.
That's okay.
But I've the really fabulous opportunity to work with the Vancouver Association for Survivors of Torture, and the thing that sticks with me, and we have it on all of our advertising, but it says healing is an act of resistance. And I think that from what you both said, that line stays with me. And there are so many things in this world that try and push us outside of healing and try to push us outside of community. But if we remain to that sentiment, then it truly is resistance.
Thank you. Anyone else? Cantor Townsend.
So as much as I love nature, and I think everybody shares that, but I really have always felt the strength and power in words, and really think like words matter, words hurt, words uplift, words, have such strength to them. And I've always, I think, found myself through journaling and writing, and in all kinds of ways, writing, journaling, poetry, song, whatever it is. And over the years, many years ago, it came to me as super clear that I needed words to direct myself, prayer and nature and all of that, but I needed specific words. And I found two that I have been my go-to words for, 30 years at least, and they don't change. And yet those words are as important to my being as anything else. Like, anyway, the power of words, I don't know where I'd be without it, because I think it's maybe that relational piece as opposed to just being internal.
So we want to know what those two words are.
Yeah, well, my two words are intention and integrity. I think if I live intentionally and with integrity, which I think covers a lot of attributes that I value, that keeps me on track.
Thank you. So I bring this to you this morning because so often when we read the Ten Commandments, we get caught up in the, in the Cecil B. DeMille version and the Charlton Heston and the or maybe you have a sense of humor, the Mel Brooks with the 15, the Ten Commandments. But moments of revelation are simpler than that and maybe more complex than that. We can go out in nature and we can be profoundly inspired, but then we have to ask in the Heschel way, in the awe and wonder, what does this mean? What is this trying to tell me? To just be amazed at a beautiful sunrise is part of it. That's the awe, right? But the wondering is to think about what is that requiring, asking, demanding of me in my life that I do about it. The appreciation that I need to slow down perhaps, that I need to share it with others, that I need to make sure that the world can continue to have sunrises and sunsets in the context of all that we're doing to our world. And in the same way, that when we read something, to not just say, well, that's just the scribblings of a person, and to dismiss them as that, but to ask ourselves, what is this? What is the message within here? I truly believe the Torah exists not just in the Torah. That we can hear and read and see things that can also be profoundly transformative in our life. And you've heard my definition of God before. I really think that God is an acronym. I truly operate on the idea that God, G-O-D, stands for good, orderly direction. You've heard me say that before. And that's revelation. The revelation is that when something outside of us can give us good, orderly direction, in my view, that's a divine moment. And that's a moment of profound awe and wonder. I want to share with you just in the conclusion my two things, because I remembered and shared them in Banff, and it was a moment I hadn't thought about them in a while. The first was the natural one. And I might have shared this story too, I don't know. But when I was 18 years old on youth group, my youth group went on the March of the Living. And it was the second March of the Living, but the first one that had the large contingents of 5,000 Jewish teens from all over the world. This is the trip to Poland and then to Israel. And I would not have believed that this actually happened if it hadn't been that 2 or 3 years ago, the head of the March of the Living came to Vancouver and was sitting and chatting with me. And I shared this story with him, and he said, I was there, and it did happen, and we have it on video. And then he showed it to me, because I wouldn't have believed what I'm about to tell you actually happened. And it's connected to Canada as well. So we're at Birkenwald, and we're having a memorial service over the destroyed crematorium. And Elie Wiesel gets up to speak. And as he starts to speak, he starts to talk about a young girl, and then his voice trails off, and Elie Wiesel was probably given this talk, thousands of times, can't finish his talk, and he goes and sits down, and they don't know what to do. Because he was supposed to talk for a few minutes. That was the program. And so they bring up the next part of the program, which is the Toronto Girls Choir and the Jewish Choir. Montreal Jewish Choir. And the choir comes up, and it's a completely clear and cold, but crisp and cold, but clear, cloudless day. Sun is shining, not providing any warmth. And they start to sing, Eli, Eli, O Lord, my God, I pray that these things never end, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of man. And it starts to rain. And we all thought God was crying. And I thought, and I still to this day think God was crying, but I didn't think I remembered it correctly. I'm sure that didn't happen. It was just in my mind. And then it's on YouTube. You can watch it. And so that was my moment when I felt a profound connection, a sense of revelation of God and nature. And then the other, with words, is actually 3 books that I have read that have changed my life. One of them is Ernest Becker's The Denial of Death. It's a book that reminds us that we have to accept that we're going to die in order to live. And the other 2 are actually connected in title. One is this one, from which Heschel's quotes are taken from, God in Search of Man. And then the other is Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. And if you just take those two titles together, you get the whole idea. God is looking for us to find us in our value, in our worth, in our purpose. And in order to make sense of it all, we have to find meaning. So words can transform, nature can transform. Revelation is not just Sinai and tablets or thunder and lightning. It's happening all around us. I was just so profoundly touched by this teaching this past week. I wanted to share it with all of you. Shabbat Shalom. Service continues, page 586. We rise for a lane. משתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים קדוש ברוך הוא. מים ועושי הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל וכשיננתו זו וגבי מרומים אלוהינו Einod. Tayom ve'ata tayom ve'hashevota elevavecha Ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mimal ve'al haaretz al haaretz tachat beinod v'nemar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. A reading before the mourner's cottage, page 593. In nature's ebb and flow, God's eternal law abides. When tears dim our vision or grief clouds our understanding, we often lose sight of God's eternal plan. Yet we know that growth and decay, life and death, all reveal a divine purpose. God, who is our support in the struggles of life, is also our hope in death. We have set God before us and shall not despair. In God's hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Under God's protection we abide, and by God's love we are comforted. O life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts and fill our spirits with abiding trust in you. Amen. The mourner's cottage is on page 598. We recall those who died during this past week, these past 30 days, whose families are in the midst of Shiva and Shloshim. As I read their name, their loved ones are here. If you could rise and remain standing. Nathan Bross Battalion, Brad Bowen, Manfred Karsh, Richard Goldberg, Neil Ornstein, Misha Pollack, Judah Schumacher, Libby Timko, Merv Weinstock. And those for whom the Yortzeit, the anniversary of the death of your loved one, falls on this Shabbat, as I read their name, if you could rise as well. Dan Balin, Sidney Joshua Becker, Anna Bild, Esther Dason, Leah Eskenazi, Ruth Feinberg, Jean Fiedler, Risa Danza, Yitzhak Garfinkel, Charles Gold, Kitty Heller, Alec Holtzberg, Zaytundin Ilisov, Edith Jaffe, Jean Jenkins, Eric Katz, Saul Court, Gerald Cribble, Harry Levin, Alexander Lipton, Blanche Manis, Arthur Marin, Frank Ognestoff, Rose Petchett, Ethel Poslins, Leon Ratner, Elsa Reback, Rosa Rostas, Zvi Schneider, Charles Schoen, Clara Siegel, Rhoda Chandler, Louis Schiffman, Frank Schillender, Susan Shore, Philip Singer, Ingborg Strade, George Street, Mary Tenenbaum, Fred Walker. Are there any others who come to say Kaddish or any names perhaps I'd mispronounce? It was a tricky list for me this day. If you could correct me or share the names of your loved ones, please call them out loud. We look around our congregation, we see those that have risen in mourning. We don't want them to stand alone, and so we rise now, standing by their side, providing the comfort of our presence as we recall all those who have died in defense of freedom and justice, those victims of terror in this land, in Israel and around the world, as well as those who died in the Shoah, the Holocaust, that have no one to remember them. We recall them for blessing as well. Page 598. Yit Gadal v'yit Gadash Shemei Rabbah, v'yomad yivrach Yeruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayachon v'yomechon u'payeh l'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimaru amen. V'hei Shmei Rabbah mevarach v'olam u'lamei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Kudisha B'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, daminron v'alma v'yimaru amen. Yehei Shlom Rabba min Shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal Yisrael v'yimaru amen. Osei Shalom v'yimrumav, hu ya'asei Shalom, aleinu v'yal Yisrael, v'yal Yoshvei Tevel v'yimaru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort the bereaved among us, and we say together, amen. So we're going to do Kiddush and Motzi here. The teens are going to join us for lunch in about now. There's going to be 150 of them, so there'll be a little quiet Shabbos here, and then it's going to be Hefkerut out there. But if you'll join us, please. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Services tomorrow morning as part of religious school at 9:45. Minyan Monday morning at 7:45. Shabbat shalom.